You know, when you hit about 18 or 19 like I did, you think you've met pretty much every type of human that there is on the planet. I mean, you went to high school with several hundred kids. You'd probably volunteer, do other clubs, maybe even a visit to the county jail. But you think you've met almost every type of person. Like, you've met so many people in your life. But I assure you, there is no, like, pain greater than meeting your first group of like real world people when you go out and get a job. Because I have worked with some of the oddest like people ever. And I'm sure that there's people that have it to top, but there was one guy I met that worked overnights at my job, and he was such an oddball, dude. And I kind of liked it. Like, it was cool seeing what he would just fucking get up to at night. I remember one day we're all standing in a room, and everyone left to go do something, and I'm standing here talking to this guy by myself. We'll call him Jackson. And Jackson is like staring longingly at the sky, and he was just like, "Man, let me tell you something. If I didn't have my one and only, my dime piece, they'd all be mine, man." I was like, "What would all be yours?" And he was like, "All the bitches, bro. They'd all be mine." And I was like, "Like all the ladies that work here, or like," and he goes, "No. All the bitches in the world, they'd all be mine." He's just a fucking, and he just went right back to it, just walked right back down to the fucking aisle and started working again. I was like, another one of his grand philosophies, and I kind of believe this because he did it before he came to work for us, is he was talking about, he was like, "Man, let me tell you something. I could see you as the head of a nail salon next to a Food Lion." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, can't tell by looking at me, but I used to own a couple nail salons back in the day." He's not much older than I am, by the way. He's like early 20s, and he was like, "I used to own a couple nail salons, man. Goes them little ones with all the Asians next to the Food Lion, man. I used to own one of them." I was like, "Oh, really?" And he was like, "Yeah." He goes, "It's a great business model, man. The profits are crazy. And you think it's being ran by all them little Asian people, but really it's being ran by me." I was like, "Yeah, I'll take your word for it, man. Can you help me grab this box?" And he was like, "My fault, man. I just be reminiscing sometimes." But I remember probably the craziest thing this guy did while he worked for us is one day we're in the back office where all of the trucks come in. And there's a big garage door for the truck to back up to. We have that door open for ventilation, but there's like flaps to keep the water from pouring in and keep cold air from getting in, but it helps with the ventilation. And we have it wide open, and it is pissing rain outside. It is just torrential downpour. And he walks into the back office area where me and my boss are, and he's like, "Man, it is wet as a bitch outside, ain't it?" And my boss was like, "Yeah, it's raining pretty bad, ain't it?" He said, "Man, let me see how wet she is outside." And I watch him step outside into the pissing rain with no jacket, and he just fucking absorbs that shit in for like half a minute. He's just standing there fucking, and he comes back in completely drenched, wringing water out of his shirt, and he was like, "Man, she wet as hell outside. Let me get back to it, though." And then he left, completely soaking wet, just went back to doing his job. If you're planning on leaving our set to go see Fake Mink, you should do it now. You should do it now. Also, the white that has helped me stay, like, looking good in this video, the white light that I'm using is the Google search for Central C. Just if anyone cares.
Yo, I've been flying straight. I'm uptown doing lobster steak. Down the road not far from tape, but I swear that place too big. I can't show my face in certain places. I'm not